Section 21, Fundamentals of Short Sales, Further Insights. A few weeks after Tom and Emily closed on their short sale, Mark received an unexpected phone call. "Hi, Mark," Tom said. "I just wanted to thank you. I know selling our home wasn't the outcome we hoped for, but looking back, I realized we made the best decision we could with the information we had." Mark smiled. "I'm glad to hear that." Tom continued, "One thing I've learned through all of this is that I wish we had reached out for help much sooner." After hanging up, Mark walked into Lisa's office. "I've been thinking about everything we've covered. We've talked about lender approval, hardship packages, disclosures, contracts, tax issues, foreclosure, and Arizona law." Lisa smiled. "And what's the biggest lesson you've learned?" Mark thought for a moment. "Every short sale is different." Lisa nodded. "Exactly. That's why there's no checklist that guarantees success. Every homeowner has a different financial situation. Every lender has different investor guidelines. Every property has different market conditions. And every transaction presents different challenges." She leaned back in her chair. "The best short sale agents aren't simply transaction coordinators. They're problem solvers." Lisa explained that one of the most valuable skills an Arizona real estate professional can develop is learning how to anticipate problems before they become obstacles. She asked Mark, "What happens if the lender asks for updated financial documents?" "We get them immediately," Mark replied. "What if the buyer becomes frustrated by delays?" "We communicate regularly." "What if a second lien holder refuses the proposed payoff?" "We continue working toward a solution while keeping everyone informed." Lisa smiled. "Exactly. Most short sales don't fail because someone made one big mistake. They usually fail because communication breaks down." Mark nodded. "I've noticed that every successful short sale involves constant communication." It does. Lisa explained that communication should occur throughout the transaction, with the seller, with the buyer, with both agents, with the lender, with the escrow officer, with the title company. When everyone knows what's happening, she explained, small problems rarely become large ones. She reminded Mark that setting realistic expectations is equally important. A buyer should understand that lender approval takes time. A seller should understand that additional documents may be requested. Neither party should expect the transaction to follow the exact timeline of a traditional sale. Mark smiled. "So managing expectations is just as important as negotiating." Exactly. Lisa also reminded him that market value remains one of the most important parts of every short sale. If a property is overpriced, it may never attract a qualified buyer. If it's significantly underpriced without support, the lender may question the transaction. She explained that an accurate comparative market analysis helps support both the listing price and the lender's review. Mark nodded. "So we're helping both the seller and the lender understand today's market." Exactly. Lisa then discussed another lesson she had learned during her career. Never assume today's lender requirements will be the same 6 months from now. She explained that investor guidelines, underwriting standards, government programs, and lending practices continue to evolve. The best agents stay current. They continue learning. They don't rely on information they learned years ago. Mark laughed, kind of like continuing education. Lisa smiled. "Exactly. That's why you're sitting here." She also reminded Mark that every short sale should be documented carefully. Notes of conversations, emails, lender correspondence, approval letters, disclosures, contracts. Good documentation protects everyone. It protects the client, it protects the brokerage, and it protects your license. Mark looked back at Tom and Emily's completed transaction file. "I've learned something I didn't expect." Lisa looked up. "What's that?" "A successful short sale isn't measured by whether the lender approved it. It's measured by whether the homeowner was educated, treated fairly, and able to make informed decisions throughout the process." Lisa smiled. "That's exactly what the Arizona Department of Real Estate expects from every licensee. Protect the public, communicate honestly, remain within the scope of your license, and always put your client's interests first." She closed the file one final time. "We've spent this course learning how to help homeowners navigate one of the most difficult experiences of their lives. In our final section, we'll review the most important concepts from the course and answer several of the most common questions Arizona real estate professionals continue to ask about short sales. Key takeaways. Every short sale is unique and should be evaluated based on the homeowner's circumstances, lender requirements, and market conditions. Clear communication throughout the transaction is one of the keys to a successful short sale. Proper documentation helps protect the client, the brokerage, and the real estate professional. Accurate pricing and realistic expectations improve the likelihood of a successful transaction. Continuing education helps Arizona real estate professionals remain knowledgeable as lending practices and regulations continue to evolve. Online discussion question 1. Why is communication considered one of the most important parts of a successful short sale? Answer. Short sales involve multiple parties, including the seller, buyer, lender, escrow company, and real estate professionals. Regular communication helps prevent misunderstandings, manage expectations, and keep the transaction moving forward. Question 2. Why is proper documentation important during a short sale transaction? Answer. Maintaining complete records of communications, disclosures, approvals, and contracts protects the client, supports the transaction, and helps demonstrate compliance with Arizona real estate requirements. Question 3. Why should Arizona real estate professionals continue learning about short sales even when market conditions change? Answer. Lender guidelines, government programs, and industry practices continue to evolve. Ongoing education helps licensees provide accurate information, better serve clients, and remain compliant with current laws and professional standards.